In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up this Coleman Elite Sundome 6-person tent, take it down, pack it up, and also how long it takes. Out of the box, this is what I got. For the setup, you need the tent body, the rainfly, the foot mat, these stakes in a carry case, and these poles in another carry case, which look like these when you take them out. To set up this Coleman Elite Sundome 6-person tent, first lay the tent body on the ground and stake the corners out lightly if you need to. Next, grab the two longest fiberglass poles, which are also the thickest poles, and insert them into these two blue pole sleeves at the center of the tent. This will form an X shape across the tent. After that, go to one corner of the tent and insert the end of that pole into the pin at the corner, like so. Then go to the other end of that same pole, prop the tent up using the pole sleeve, feed as much pole as possible through the sleeve until you can secure the other end of that same pole into the pin as well. The pole will kind of look weird for now, but that's okay. Just go ahead and do the same with the other pole by securing one end into the pin first and then the other end. When you're done securing the four ends into the four pins, go ahead and adjust the pole sleeves. Then attach the pole clips. There are 2 pole clips on each side of each pole, so 8 pole clips altogether around the tent. Next, grab the rainfly. If you're not tall like me and you can't seem to drape the rainfly over the tent, I suggest grabbing one of the ends of the rainfly and then just walking around the tent until I get the rainfly above the tent, like what I'm doing here. I also tried to position the blue part of the rainfly over the D-door with the hinged feature. Then I quickly secure the S-hooks of the rainfly to the 4 rings at the 4 corners of the tent, so the rainfly doesn't fall off. There's one S-hook for each ring. There's also Velcro attachments along each pole to better align the rainfly, and I usually use only one for each corner, though there are 2 attachments. After that, I recommend pulling the tent out tight and staking it down with 7 stakes, 3 at one length, 3 at another length, and 1 more under the hinged D-door. Also, guy out the entire tent with the 6 pre-attached guy lines, 3 at each length as well. Now grab the 2 black fiberglass poles with these metal tips at each end of the fiberglass pole. These are for holding the rainfly away from the tent body. To set this pole up, there is a short pole sleeve at the tip of the rainfly and 2 rings in the tent body for the 2 ends of the pole. One pole is for the front of the tent over the hinged door, and the other is for the back of the tent over the other door. The last 2 poles with black tips at each end are for the hinged D-door. The shortest pole is for the straight side of the door, to be secured on each end with these rubber gaskets and zipped up in the pole sleeve. For the curved side of the door, find the pole sleeve with the white zipper and insert the pole into the pole sleeve. Secure it to the gasket at the top, curve the entire pole, secure the other end to the gasket at the bottom, and then zip the pole sleeve up. Please help me smash that like button if this has been helpful, I really appreciate it. Altogether, it took me about 16 minutes to set up the entire Elite Sundome 6-person tent on my own. If you have someone helping you, I think it'll take closer to about 8 minutes or so, or about half the time. Taking down the Elite Sundome 6-person tent is just the opposite of the setup, and it took me about 12 minutes for the entire takedown and pack up. Again, if you have someone helping you, you can save half the time, I think. To pack up the Elite Sundome 6-person tent, I usually fold it in half, 1, 2, 3, 4 times until the length of the tent gets short enough to fit back into the bag. Then I roll it up, gently squeeze the air out, tie it back up, and fit it back into the carry bag. As for the rainfly, I usually keep folding it in half, usually about 7 times until it gets small enough to fit back into the carry bag, and I put it next to the tent body like this. Then I fold up and squeeze the room divider as well as the light inside its small carry bag on top of the rainfly in the big carry bag. Then in go the stakes, the poles, and zipping everything up. Takes only a few seconds because the bag is quite big and it's not too tight a fit. I didn't even have to unzip the bottom of the bag, which makes the bag slightly bigger. I was able to pack everything in just fine. I'll leave 2 videos here for more info on this tent. One is a rain test on this Coleman Elite Sundome 6-person tent, and the other is a complete review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see ya in the next one.